G'day mates, Nature Nate here. We are at the top of Mill Bluff State Park, actually off of Camel's Bluff. It's a really sweet thing. You can kind of like rock climb to get up here. This used to be a favorite spot of mine back in the day when I went to college at La Crosse and lived in Toma. I want to do a quick little video before I get eaten up too bad by mosquitoes, because they are everywhere and I've killed like 100 and you can already see mosquito bites coming on me. I was thinking, I've got this watch which is kind of neat. It's a Seiko, I don't know if that's how you say it, but it's this like automatic watch, and basically it means that it doesn't need a battery. The only thing that it needs to be powered on is to be attached to you. It runs off of kinetic energy, which is kind of really sweet in a way. So yeah, no batteries. As long as it's attached to you and you are moving, it runs through kinetic energy, which is such a sweet concept. So in theory, if you are always wearing it and you're always moving for the most part, it can last infinitely, right? Whereas a battery, they only last so long. And it makes me think of this point in life, and it reminds me of chapter in John 15, which is talking about God, Jesus being the vine and us being the branches. And unless we're abiding in him, we can't do anything, right? We're kind of like a watch that if this watch isn't on my arm, my wrist for 2 days probably, it stops working, and it totally does not serve its function at all of being a watch, because it doesn't work as a watch then. And it's kind of very much what Christ tells of us too, right? If we are not abiding in him, we're not doing it. If we're not bearing fruit, what happens to us? Well, we get cut off and thrown into a fire, because we're not serving our purpose in life. And it's interesting too, when you go into John 15, at the very end of that, it talks about that his joy, that Christ's joy may be in us, that we can experience joy by doing what we were made to be doing. And for each of us, we all have a purpose, right? There's two worldviews. Either you were created for a purpose and a reason, and you're supposed to be here and be doing something. Or the other worldview is just like, well, all this happened by happenstance, by chance, by coincidence, and none of it really matters. Like you look around at all this beautiful creation, it's just like, well, this just happened by coincidence. And well, if that's your worldview, then none of this matters. But, pardon me, a little slippery, but if you were created for a reason and for a purpose, I think it's of the utmost importance that you find out what that purpose, what that reason is. And I would say, and I know it and I believe it to the deepest part of my heart, you were created by a loving God that wants to know you and wants to have a relationship with you. And that's your reason to be. And if you haven't found that out yet, connect with me. I'd love to talk to you about it. I want to make sure that everyone's living life to their purpose, that they're able to be used and use the gifts that they were given to be a blessing to people, and that you can then experience joy, right? Because everyone's trying to chase after joy, after happiness. And the only way you can really experience joy is by Christ Jesus. So just a little thought for you guys as I'm up here again at the Mill Bluff. And yeah, hope you guys think about it, enjoy it, and we'll talk to you later.